And you're answering my questions before I can even ask them. I was wondering what are the parallels between. No, I'm glad you do that, Robert. You're really good at that. You're really good at explaining things. The parallels between Ergo and Cardano, and how do they converge? Like if Ergo does some Oracle work and produces some data, how does that data get to the Cardano blockchain? Is there some kind of bridge, or because they're both UTXO, it's relatively transparent? It can just be. How does that work?
So that's a pretty big question, actually.
All right. Okay. Give me the short version. Talk to me like we're 12. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. How's it work?
Yeah. So there are a lot of questions here because these days there's a lot of protocols coming out in Ethereum and other blockchains for how do you have interoperability. IOHK, IOG did research into NepoPows. There's a lot of things which we're looking at how to make that happen to have the interoperability between smart contracts. But one of the things which we're going to do with Yoroi that I think is going to be interesting for people is we're looking at having the two ecosystems almost meld together when you use Yoroi. Because we're going to have Yoroi, as some of you may know, we're going to be slowly moving towards having smart contract capabilities, especially as Goguen gets into its final stages of release. So right now, we're really fine-tuning a lot of the key factors that are required for having web-based dApps on Yoroi for the UTXO model. And that's what we're building out first on Ergo. And then eventually, we're going to be doing the same thing once Goguen releases for Plutus. And so maybe in the beginning, we're not going to have this perfect interoperability where you can just move tokens seamlessly from one chain to the other, because that's a bit of a big problem. There's a lot of moving parts in between. But we intend to make the experience for users as great as possible so that when someone's using Yoroi, whether they're on Ergo or on Cardano, they still get a really great experience. And then eventually we'll have great interoperability and maybe even have projects on both systems that work essentially the same, and you can just switch between the two.
Okay. Wow, I'm glad to hear there's a plan. Nice. Philippe, that's all I got, man. That's just been fantastic.